Hello and what is going on today, guys? Welcome to a brand new video where we are going to be talking about a ton of new details in regards to MudRunner 2. Now, as you guys may know, they recently hosted a press event with MudRunner 2, and while none of the journalists got to actually play the game, lots of pictures surfaced. And you may have seen the first round of pictures in the first video I did on this event, and since that video, more pictures have come out, and I am here to share those with you today. And the first thing I want to talk about with you guys is snow. Now, the snow is a really cool addition for multiple reasons. One, because we've only ever seen snow as a mod before. Now, this is going to be snow coming from the developers themselves. And I'm really hoping, I have my fingers crossed, that the ice and snow in the full game isn't just some reskinned mud. I really hope that it's not just reskinned mud like a lot of the snow mods we've seen in the past. And I really hope that the surface reacts differently than the mud does. And I have faith that they'll do that. And by the looks of the picture, it looks like they might actually be doing that. It looks like it kind of forms maybe a little bit differently. But that could be just me looking at it and going, oh, cool, snow. And then it might come out and turn out to be no different. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that. But the truck in that screenshot is also very interesting to see coming from a stock game standpoint and not necessarily a mod. And I think it's not only really cool to see a truck like that coming in the stock game, but I think it also goes to show that they know what the basis of this game really is wanting, and they know what the console players especially are wanting, because since the console players haven't had access to mods, I think they see that and they go, man, we need to give these console players more of what they want, and it's really hard to get those mods onto console, so maybe we can at least try to do something with the stock trucks in the game and get some more of those really cool American pickup trucks out there to the players on console, because honestly, I feel really bad for the people that play this game on console and have no access to a PC that's good enough to play the game on PC and actually use mods, because I really believe that mods are one of the biggest driving forces of this game. I mean, I'm using one right now. It's an 8x8 version of the Western Star that you get in the American Wilds DLC. But I think this will, like I said, it will bring some new life into the console side of MudRunner in general. Now, this picture was very interesting to me because it's an old Western Star, but you can see out way over this beautiful landscape. Now, you've got the massive power pole out there, you've got the water, you've got the trees, but I think the main thing that interests me about looking into this screenshot, and the more you look at it, the more interesting it gets, is you can see a really long way. And I don't know if that's kind of teasing the fact that we may have farther draw distances now. If that's the case, I would love that. Maybe even a draw distance adjustment for people on higher performance PCs. That would be a really cool addition, and I know the PC players would like that, because there's a lot of PC players that have a rig that can well outperform the requirements for MudRunner, the base game. But I feel like for those people, I feel like there would be definitely a want, if not a need, for a graphics slider that they can turn up, and I feel like it might give the devs a little bit more freedom to go, yeah, we can expand on these graphics a little bit. So if they do expand upon the graphics and the draw distance, that would be a really welcome addition, I think, for those that have higher performance PCs and have some really good gear built into their rigs. Now, this next shot is another really cool one, and it pretty much confirms my theories about them bringing in other jobs besides logging. Here we see a more modern Western Star hauling what looks like a large pipe of some sort. And this pretty much, like I said, confirms my theory of there being other jobs to do outside of logging. So basically, this means that the more you play throughout the game, the more jobs you will probably unlock, meaning that you will not only be dealing with lumber, but you'll be dealing with pieces of pipe or crates or loads of boxes or gear or truck parts maybe, and maybe even hauling other vehicles if that comes into the game. I don't know whether or not it will, but it would be really, really, really cool if it did. And yeah, it's really fun to speculate about these things, but the cool part about it is a lot of the things that I've wondered about seem to be making their way into the game. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, why isn't this just DLC for MudRunner? Why is that? Well, I have a thought and a suspicion, well, not really a suspicion, but I kind of an inkling that this game may be a lot more in-depth than the first MudRunner, and it might be a lot more, there might be a lot more in-depth features there that they're not sharing yet that would actually not allow this to be just a DLC. I mean, we've already seen in-game, you know, with the in-game menus and stuff like that. The menus are different. You seem to have a garage home base now. If you want to check out, by the way, if you want to check out the other details video, it is on my channel. You can go back and check it out where I talk a little bit more about customization, garages, and a few other menu-related details. This video is going to be more around environments and vehicles and stuff like that. Now, another thing, though, too, is looking back into that screenshot with the wide load banner on that truck, I wonder if that's going to be something where you're going to have to outfit your truck to actually haul a larger load or a wide load before you can actually take jobs like that. And that would make sense, right? That you have to work up to the bigger jobs with the smaller stuff. Because that would, not only would that make sense in terms of gameplay and in terms of progression, but it would also make sense in terms of real life. You know, I mean, not a lot of people are going to go out and do a wide load haul on like their first or second job. You know what I mean? It's just not really how it works. You start out with the basic stuff and then you build your way up, you work your way up. But to finish off here, we have one more screenshot that I would really like to share with you guys, and that's this shot, again, of the older Western Star, well, white Western Star, basically another look at what the environments in this game are going to look like. And again, they have a very American Wilds-esque look, and I think that that's intentional because I think a lot of people enjoyed American Wilds, and I think they want to bring more of that into this game. And it seems more and more and more like MudRunner 2 is really going to be based around that American Wilds gameplay style and art style and design style, and really just continue the idea of the MudRunner series being more based in the US. And I think that that's a cool thing because I think that again, the Russian logging stuff is really cool, but I think also this game has such a large audience, such a large Western audience now. I think it makes sense for them to carry the game in that direction. Now, interestingly enough, you can still go back and play the original Spin Tires. You can still go back and play that game, and if you go back and play the original Spin Tires and then play MudRunner American Wilds, you realize how far this series has come, and you realize what it's evolved from. Especially coming from somebody that's played the tech demo and played the tech demo right when it came out, seeing where this series is at now is very, very, very cool. And not only that, but I think also, too, when MudRunner 2 comes out, I think we'll also be able to see a big leap forward from the original Spin Tires all the way up to MudRunner 2. So that, I think, is going to be a really, really interesting jump to see. And I am personally hoping that they carry forward with the mod support as they always have. I mean, really, over the course of MudRunner, they've really done a good job of embracing mods. It took a little while to get there in the first Spin Tires, I'll admit, but in MudRunner, they, again, did a really good job embracing the modding community and being like, yeah, dude, we like what you're doing, we appreciate what you're doing, we're going to give you a platform here on the Steam Workshop, go to town. And I think that that in itself really shows that they're passionate about the community behind this game, because they know that this game is very, very community driven. I mean, it evolved from basically just a physics simulation where you hauled stuff up into now where people either love playing multiplayer or they love to mod the game. There's two totally different communities, and while they might not get along all the time, they are both very strong, and it builds a really strong following around admittedly, a game that not a lot of people had the idea to make. And I think when this idea first came about, people were kind of caught off guard by it, because they didn't really know what it was supposed to be. And then when it caught on, people started to realize, hey, this is actually really fun. And then the community took hold of it, and it just kind of ran wild from there. But if you guys are excited about MudRunner 2, let me know what parts of it you're excited about in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at these new screenshots and discussing where the game is going, and I know that this does also confirm more vehicles, as well as confirm the fact that you will be hauling more than just lumber. And I, for one, am very excited to get my hands on this game and do a full Let's Play for you guys. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell to stay up to date, and I will see you guys in the next one.